Charlie. Who are you for? Free your mind, oh, share. Free your mind. Tra omanye oba yao. Hey, did I just disgrace my people? It's tra omanye aba yao. Hi guys. I know, say you miss me. I know you miss me, and I know I haven't been too good. But please, life was life, and that's why I was away for a while. But I am back, even in my bad voice cry. I'm still seated to be able to record and share some time. Spend some time with you. Free your mind. This is season 8, and we are now coming. We will not go again in Jesus' name. Amen. If you are not following us on all platforms, please do. On X, I almost said Twitter. On X is GCR Free Your Mind. On all other platforms is the Gold Coast Report. So follow us, join in on all our conversations, listen to all the podcasts that are associated with the network. My name will and is and will always be Caritas, i.e., aka Tatas. And then come on, it's going to be Wawu because it's something you can relate to. And I have my guest in the house in the person of Sitso. Hey, when we're talking about, Sitso is my star personally. And then now she's like, Ghana star. Everybody's talking about Sitso. Sitso is the writer. Sitso, if I'm wrong, you correct me. The writer, producer, director of an amazing movie titled Ever, talking about domestic violence. I watched the movie myself and I was so proud of her. Today, Sitso is seated in the house. Hi, Sitso.
Hi, Tatas.
Was I right with the director, producer, and
yes,
writer?
But I'm not a writer.
Okay,
so what happens is, when you have a story, you own the story. But if you are not a writer, you give it to
a writer.
Yes, a writer
to do it
write.
for you.
So as per the credits, I own the story.
You own the story?
Yes, I told her the story to put it in
writing
so
who wrote
for
it?
film. Her name is Wanda Korte.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Then she really did write it well.
Yeah,
I mean,
we had to do a lot of back and forth, but she put everything
she pulled
together.
it. Is it still showing?
Yeah, it's still showing at the Silverbird Cinemas.
Please go and watch Ever because, my dear, I watched it and I was like this. Like, Brian Angels will be my guy for the day forever. I didn't know him. That was my first time. He killed the role.
He did.
Thank you so much, Sitso, for coming. This is the second time you're coming on this podcast.
Yes, it is. Excitedly
today,
so.
Our conversation is taking a different tangent. But before we get into it, I'm going to read comments on our topic that we found on Twitter, and then we can delve into it. The topic is delivery guys and their wahala. And Sitso runs a business.
Yeah.
I run a business too. So I have a lot to say about delivery guys. Okay. So let's read these comments on X. Alison Anthea said, nothing more frustrating in Ghana than giving dispatch riders directions. XO Noko says that, are dispatch riders actually 20 minutes away or are they giving you Ghana man time? Zubeida, shouts to Zubi, said that if you own a delivery company in Ghana, please give your dispatch riders GPS or trackers or phones that can use it honestly. Because honestly, ... Has this happened to you before, Sitso?
Oh, way too many times. I own a food company called Orelish. We do a range of pepper sauces, black, red, and
really good.
green. And we make food as well. So, of course, we use delivery every single day. And they are a pain in the...
Oh, please feel this is free of mind. So if they're a pain in the ass,
they're a pain in the ass to deal with. And it's become such that you cannot do the business without them.
Oh, yes. Right now, they are very important too.
And that are just places where you need the delivery, because then if you are taking a Bolt or Uber or any of these other ride-hailing companies, then they are going to sit in traffic for long hours, but you need the motor riders to go faster. So you need them. And I think they've become aware of that fact that we need them. And so they've become very obnoxious. Let me put it that way. It's very annoying, honestly. 90% of the time when you are dealing with them, you are angry.
You are angry.
At the end of the day.
Okay, so my experience with delivery riders will always be that I think that they do not listen. I agree with Zubeida. If you run a delivery company, I think you should have a whole training where you train your staff how to read Google Map.
Yeah.
Okay. And provide them with phones that have GPS. Because for me, if I'm going to give a location, I give the exact location. Like once you key it in, it's bringing you to my gate. You do not have to call me again.
Yeah.
Now, also, they have to learn manners, how to talk.
That's like the major problem.
So this is the experience that they mentioned. I've had it. I know someone who told me he was 15 minutes away, but clearly he was 45 minutes away from me. He had just set off, and I had to deal with the fact that he was delaying me. And it's one thing when you are just normal hungry.
Yeah.
It's another thing when you've taken medication and you are literally starving, like waiting for the meal. So these experiences, I've had it from the frustrating, giving them the directions, from the dispatch riders telling you they are 20 minutes away and actually they are not. And then from the part where I think that the companies should have the trackers and the GPS so that life is more easier for even the riders. Because I think they also get frustrated when they have to call you for directions. Madam Muslim, if I left, who left? That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work. So I guess we've all had experiences with delivery companies. Okay. So we are going to go into it. Do delivery guys need a masterclass on map reading? I just said it. They do need they do need the master classes. I think that once you decide that I want to get into the delivery business, make sure you are taking advantage of digital.
And interestingly, some of these things are not even rocket science. It's basic. It's standard. Once you have a delivery company, you know that, okay, this is what I need. You've seen other people do it elsewhere.
Yeah.
You've seen the ride-hailing companies, the car-hailing companies do it and do it so well.
Yeah.
So why not just emulate what they are doing on a ride level in terms of motorbike level? It's as simple as that. And train every organization which is smart and has their customers as top of their mind, does some of these things as how to train the staff to know how to deal with customers.
Yes.
But as I've noticed that a lot of these delivery companies do not bother about that. How their customers are treating you is like the last thing on their list. Let me give you one very good example of something that happened to me late last year. And this particular brand, once I posted it, a lot of people came because I was angry. I was livid. A lot of people came into my inbox and under the post talking about how this has happened to them before. Yango.
Oh.
Yeah. Their delivery service. It had happened to me, and that particular time was the 4th time it was happening. The first time
it happened, day you were bringing me the box, was it Yango you used?
No, I don't use them anymore. I've deleted the app completely on my phone. Okay. So someone had bought food from Tema, and I had ordered them because everybody keeps saying, "Oh, order them; they are cheaper." But you see, we don't say it enough. Once you pay cheap, you pay twice. Once you are willing to pay a cheaper price, you will pay twice. Yes. So this guy takes the food and then goes to park somewhere else and then calls my client that he's arrived. And my client says, I'm outside, but I can't see you. Then he says, oh, the location that was put on the thing, I've arrived there. If you need me to come to wherever you are, you would have to pay me for this one first. Oh. And then I'll now come to where you are. And the woman was like, if it's contractually that you arrive and I will pay you, why are you worried that I won't pay you?
Come.
So just come.
Yes.
Don't end the trip. Just come. And he's already ended the trip.
Oh.
So my client was like, why have you ended the trip when I've not taken the thing from you?
Yeah.
How have you ended it? So where were you going? Where did you think you arrived at? Okoye. So long and short, they did the banter back and forth. They had to send him money. And then now he arrived there and then collected the second money.
Okay.
So this happened second, third. The fourth one now, somebody was buying 4 containers of shito, and it was going to somewhere around Medina or Hacho, that area. The person gave me a specific pharmacy to put on the thing. I put everything. He finally arrived and then goes to park somewhere else.
Oh my goodness.
The same is, and these 2 times after the first one were the same modus operandi they were using. Then the fourth one too, they did the same thing. So he arrived somewhere else, calls my client, says he's arrived. My client says, oh, you are not here. I'm outside the pharmacy that I gave the person to
just say, if I come again, exactly. You have to pay double.
Then he said, send the money. I've arrived. I've ended the trip. Send the money. Blah, 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 blah. Back and forth, back and forth. He took the shito home. 4 bottles of Sitso. My Sitso one is 100 cedis.
That's two freaking 100 cities in
No,
this Ghana.
400 cedis. 400 cedis.
Oh, that's 400.
Yes.
In this Ghana right
Yes.
now, if somebody takes your 400, here, rip your ass apart.
My clients got angry. It was a lot of back and forth. I started to call the office back and forth. Tatas, it took 2 weeks. I saw them post an ad on Instagram and then I went to comment on that. You guys are thieves. Where is my shit? Blah, blah, blah. Then now they came to call me. At first, prior to that 2 weeks time, every time I called, the rider says he's delivered the shit. So I said, what are you saying? Back and forth. So when I wrote that, then now they called me. And the rider says he's delivering the shit or he's bringing it back to you. And I said, where has the shit been?
Yes,
so
for 2 weeks.
End of the day, when they brought that shit, I had to throw it away because who am I going to give it to?
Yeah.
And you say I said, but I don't know where you've taken the shit to. You could have opened it and put something in it. I will sell it to someone and then I'll have a problem. I ended up putting it in the bin. I did a whole video on that, telling my customers how I've put that shit in the bin.
You know what's funny?
You know?
Your experience with Yango, I have the opposite.
Me, so that day I just deleted the app.
Okay, so for me, I use them now for my chili oil delivery. I use all the apps for my chili oil delivery. And I always would recommend a particular one. They annoy me, so I won't mention their name. And they always deliver.
Yeah.
Okay. Yango also delivers, but I just do not like how the riders dress up.
The riders are untrained. The riders are uncouth. The riders are unprofessional. They are thieves. Honestly.
Free it all or free your mind.
I cannot overemphasize the fact that even when my customers say use Yango, I just get angry. Something within me just switches off, and I tell them, please, you know what? Don't buy again. Go and use any other, or order your own Yango. So that's how bad it is. That's how bad my experience with them is.
So what I'm going to say is that if any team member from Yango sees this video, I hope that you take this complaint very seriously.
You know, went to Tatas. It got to a point where I looked for. Oh yeah, I had to look for someone who knows someone at Yango, because when you complain, they literally back up their drivers. They tell you, the driver says this, so you are lying. Blah blah blah. I'm like, hey, are you joking? This banter went on. I just said, Tatas Mikasaya. I was exhausted beyond measure. They gave me a horrible experience. I will never forget it. For me, it's the worst brand in Ghana currently. Yeah, that's it.
Please,
it's the worst brand. And I hardly say this about any brand because I myself am a brand. I have 2 brands that I have started and founded. That's Rainbow Productions and Relish Foods. So I know what it takes to build a brand. But you know, when something is wrong, it's wrong.
It's wrong. It's wrong. Period. Okay. Please, Yango, again, if any of you sees this video.
Because my food business, I have girls who have come to work for me. I have girls who have come to work for me, and sometimes a customer will call that, they delivered my angwamo without sardine, because our angwamo comes with a tin of sardine, and then the next day I would have to deliver a fresh one with a tin of sardine. That is you going out of your way to let the customer know that you appreciate whatever complaints they've given and feedback they've given. But Yango didn't do any of that, nothing. And for me, anyway, I'm not touching it with a stick.
Hey, God, it has reached far.
I don't know what on this planet will make me use Yango. That's just it
that
for
bad.
Me. Yeah.
Okay. Yango, I think that if you see this video, you would want to...
Don't worry, they won't do anything about it.
I mean, I'm just saying, you would want to make amends. I had a problem with only your drivers, like the rides. That was what I had a problem with. Your delivery it hasn't failed me yet.
You know what you can do?
But with this complaint, I hope I'm not scared that your delivery will fail me. So please, maybe you need to find a way to compensate Sitso, please.
You know what you can do? When you go on the app, it was even my son who was teaching me this. When you go on an app and you want to download the app, you can read reviews about the app. You can read reviews. Tatas, the reviews on Yango, just read it. Take 30 minutes of your day and read it.
I'll try.
It's that bad. It's that bad. And it was during this experience that when I posted on Facebook, posted on Twitter, and went to read their reviews, oh my God. Even when I posted on WhatsApp, my status, the reviews people had to say about them was nothing to write home about.
Okay, let's go to the next question.
Yes.
So I'm about to read the thing. Sorry. Do couriers have the authority to keep your package or eat your food if there's delay. Hey, let me sit down well. This nonsense must stop. We experienced a courier driver that took someone's dollars some time ago on Twitter.
Wow.
He was, I'm just saying, because the question here says package. He took the just say, oh, dollars no, and no did $1 number view. Hey, if you're a delivery friend is saying I'm talking and you are watching to me, Bobby Tuweojogba, you have no right to keep your customer's package. You have no right to eat the food. Look,
No, but
I have been appalled by the fact that delivery guys can eat somebody's food.
I've heard that many times.
What you are eating it as what? Please, let's be serious. As what are you eating the food? The owner or the one who did the momo? Or the one who looked and suffered to find the food place to buy the food. I put it to you that if you eat my food, hey, the world will see us. Kini, I'll finish you.
You see, I think the onus is lying on the delivery company to do due diligence in terms of know the background of these people they are employing as riders.
I think so.
That is where it has to start from.
I think so.
Whether you are a Shark Express, a Cheetah Delivery, whatever delivery company is out there, the onus is lying on you to do due diligence in terms of know the rider. Do you have their driver's license? Is somebody vouching for them? Is somebody saying, I trust this person, I know them, I know where they live, I know there are certain things that just have to fall
in place.
In the radar of
but
things
you know that
before
most of these delivery guys are freelance.
You see, that's why I don't even like using them now. Those freelance people, because
I have a freelance guy and he's very good though.
Do you know where he lives? At least I feel
Usman.
like if you are using him privately.
I think now that you've said it, I'll find Usman. This is your madam. I'm gonna find where you live. Hey, I'm gonna find where you live.
If you are using him privately, I think it's best you know certain things about them. You know?
I've not broken it. But yes, I'm going to know where you live, Usman.
Because it's just safe like that, so that at least.
But has anybody eaten your food before?
Well, I know there was a time but this one sometimes on a particular level, I blame my company too on some level, because when that day my clips had finished, my stapler pins had finished. So when he came for the order, I just folded the paper bag.
Don't tell me he ate it.
No, he took the juice because we used to add juice to the food. Yeah, he took the juice out of it and drank. And then the sardine too. He took the sardine out of the thing and went to give that one to the person. So the customer complained that, where's my sardine and my juice? I said, no, we put it in. Back and forth, back and forth. The rider wasn't picking his call for like 30 minutes. So I called Bolt and then they said they will get in touch with the driver. Shout out to Bolt. They did very well with that.
I don't like them.
Oh, Bolt.
But moving on.
Well, Bolt has been amazing too. But you see how it is?
Yeah, I don't like them. I would never use them. I promise.
They found that they finally got in touch with the driver, and then the driver now called me and said, "Oh, it fell in his bag."
Hey, Konye. Why don't juice? You have drank it. Jolly, why didn't juice? No. And this sardine, any time we are not did because
he's taking it back to the customer. So he did.
He did. Well, it's true. You know the funny thing, my experience with Bolt is why I don't. I have a really terrible experience with Bolt. That's why I don't use them again. In recent times, a gig was coming my way like that, and I was like, no, I can't. Also, because I also feel like they also have a problem. The safety of their customers is not something they prioritize. We had an incident like that. I don't know how it ended, but from the beginning, how it was handled was very wrong. And that wasn't the first time I had heard anything like that per the brand. It used to be one of my favorites. They just left the group chats for me. Like, no, exit the group chat.
This is why personally, I have been thinking, honestly, about doing podcasts or discussions about customer service. People think it ends on
I think that customer service, people who run all these customer service training should amplify more so that people get in touch.
People think, once I have a good company or a good product, that's it. But it goes beyond that. We are in 21st century. It goes beyond just a good product, honestly. Yeah.
Okay. So the next question is there a system for customers to report their experiences with couriers and also a platform where couriers are held accountable for their actions? No. Because I have not seen some.
And even when you report, it doesn't work.
It doesn't go anywhere. That's
they
my
don't
only
respect
problem.
or regard the customer.
Is it because this country is what it is? The system doesn't work. Is that why we are so Me brought for them back lackadaisical.
Yeah.
Yes. Baby. Is that why we are like that? Because it does not work anywhere. I do not think they have platforms for complaints. Because when you complain,
Nothing gets done.
Nothing gets done.
Yeah.
I think that on this one, I'm on the same seat with you. Nothing really gets done. So if courier companies could invest in a platform where they get direct feedback from customers, instead of just like call the company and complain, let them type it out. During your Monday morning meetings, read these feedbacks
to them,
and then
let them know how it affects the brand and the company
and the business. You are investing so much. It's expensive to run a delivery company. Fuel, the motor, everything. So please invest in it because there are no platforms for that.
And you see, Tatas, another thing I feel like we should speak about a lot more is the fact that everybody, especially when they are in the limelight a bit, feels like if something goes wrong, I shouldn't talk about it. What if one day I get an endorsement deal from this company?
Let me tell you the truth about what you're saying.
So I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to. But what then we are doing is we are perpetuating evil.
Listen, I used to think like this at up until 2022. I used to think like this. But you see, right now, I feel like what is for me is for me.
Yeah.
And once I'm paying for a service, you cannot tell me how to react.
Yes.
And this particular one, even though it's not about telcos, this particular one is going to Telecel. You see, Telecel, you're not ready. You are not ready because I feel like because you are monopolistic, you just treat us like trash. Meanwhile, we are paying 330 cedis every month for a bundle that you can just take up. Let me not digress. Kofi, please put it in my agenda that we will talk about telcos.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I should because I have a lot to say about every network. And before, again, I used to think that what if I get a deal with MTN or Airtel or this? So I'll not talk. But right now, dear, you are lying. All these companies I pay, so I'm going to talk.
Because you see, for me, I need people, even if, let's say, for example, you come to me and you want me to be a face of your brand or a brand ambassador for your brand, it needs to be something that I actually value and use and respect and know that it is good.
Yes.
I'm not going to stand behind anything that is not working for the people. I used to be a brand ambassador for some company. I've laid low on it because I noticed that the complaints were more than the praise.
The praise.
And it shouldn't be like that, you see, because then what happens is you are just in there for the money.
Yes.
And after a while, people will not trust anything you post or sell anymore.
Let me tell you, last year, December, I did a job. Shouts to Better Malt. I did a job for Better Malt. I killed it anyway. I mean, it's me. I will. So after doing it, that's when I realized how deep my loyalty is.
Yeah.
The job was over. I went somewhere. I promised I could not drink another malt. I was like, please, do you have Better Malt? If you don't have Better Malt, then I'm not drinking anything else. And someone saw me, went into a meeting and said it, that I even saw her after and she was still, promoting. Listen, it all boils down to one thing. Most of you do not even know how to handle your people, like the people who go above and beyond for you.
Yeah.
It is why I agree with you. If I haven't experienced your brand, I'm not standing for it. I'm not talking about it. I'm not. Yes, I've been told one time that when I do that, I will not thrive in this space. But clearly, you are yet to see me thrive, so keep quiet. I will.
I don't know. I feel like we've lost our integrity over money, over followers, over hype. We've lost our integrity as a people over everything. I want to trust the brand. I want to know that the brand is good. I want to brag about the brand.
Yes.
From a deep place of loyalty and trust.
Listen, I'm with you on this one. That's just how I am.
I don't want to just do it because you are paying me to promote your brand.
That's it for people. Anyway, so the cost of food rising with delivery prices. That one too.
Yeah.
So when the food is 80 cedis, you hear delivery tell you that
50 cedis, 60 cedis.
One of my favorite watch spots. The first time I purchased, I saw how much the delivery. They said 75.
Wow,
I was like, okay, since I'm going to pay 75, how about I buy it for the whole week? So I bought more and paid my 75 so that I don't feel the pain of paying for the 75. I want this in the comment section. I mean, I don't know which part of this video will come on the internet, but whichever part, I want to understand. Maybe vendors will break it down for me. How is that affecting the delivery prices? Because I can use a delivery today and tomorrow you come and you say, Pacho, you're too full.
Yeah.
You know, you're too full. That's different. But if the price cost for not delivering, so cost for no shishi. No, be me and my people.
But you see, once you're too full, when you're going to buy the things at the market, I can say this from experience because I run a food business.
You are here.
Once you're too full, cost of food items at the market have increased naturally. So of course, when you go and buy these items and you're cooking with them, gas. Last time I went to buy gas, for instance, they've increased the price.
Mine got finished yesterday.
They've increased the price. When you're going to buy it, you'd realize that. So all these things increase, and it affects, of course, the price that you churn out.
So
if you keep selling it at the same price,
the delivery price as well.
So I think the excuse they are making, food vendors make, is the wrong excuse. Just say increase of fuel, of course, increase the price of items at the market, and that's why
it has affected
make an increased adjustment.
All right. When I was running Bankuche, I never had that, but yeah, it makes sense. But I mean, I just think that sometimes the increment shouldn't be over the top.
Over the top, yeah.
Anyway, so expenses going through the roof, fuel, of course, gensets, food going bad in fridges, all of these things. Is there how is that connecting even to delivery? Because it does not.
It does not. That one doesn't.
That one doesn't. To be fair, it really doesn't.
That one doesn't.
But how are you guys? Unfortunately, I'm not talking doomsaw with you, so I can't ask that. I can't ask that. The person I'll be doing doomsaw with is the one that will go through this questions with me. But I think all we are just trying to say is that make it easier.
Yeah.
For like delivery services, you can really make it in Ghana. You can make so much money.
You just need a proper structure about some of them. Another thing I realized about because I have a lot of them approaching me to want to do deliveries for me. Sometime late last year, there was one lady who used to work with another delivery company that I knew. And then she had moved to another delivery company. And so she called me that, they want to be doing delivery for us. Blah, blah. She knows how they stressed us at the other company. So she's in this new company and they want to be doing. I said, okay, no problem. That's how everything was going okay for a few weeks. And then I think now they were overwhelmed with their customers. So when you call, either it would delay for an hour or two before the rider will finally come to pick the item.
That's wild.
Exactly. It got so wild to the point where I just stopped using them. And then I think most of their customers also stopped using them for the same reason or whatever. And then now they started to call that, they haven't heard from me in a while. Why don't I use them anymore? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and I gave my reasons why I don't use them anymore because they became a headache.
When you're looking for the customers, So one thing
I think I'll tell most of them is, look, take whatever you can do. I'm a small cooking business. I won't go and take a cooking deal that maybe needs me to cook thousand plates of dishes for maybe a wedding, that I cannot handle. I'm not there yet. We will get there over time. But for now, I'm not there. If you give me that order, I'll tell you, I'm sorry, I cannot meet up the demand for this particular.
I'll recommend someone else. I do that a lot.
I think most of them, they think, I need to get the customers, I need to get the clients. And then now you start disappointing these people. It's better to under-promise and over-deliver than over-promise and under-deliver. For me, that's it. So I notice most of them do that thing. Most of them do that thing and it's frustrating.
Please, note that down. That has to come somewhere in the but my word.
Yeah. So that's what most of them do. And I think they end up hurting their own business in the process of all that.
All that. So, I mean, all we are saying is that if you're a delivery company, please, take your people through some level of training. And give them a phone that has GPS.
Buy what you can chew.
Yeah. And please do not over-sign up your clients.
Yes.
Deliver excellence.
Yeah.
Quality over quantity. That is what will grow your business. And then you get to a point where you can take a lot more people and then you run with it. Okay. So take our advice. We know what we are telling you. We are on the ground. Right? Anyway, but no, I'm not going by this again. See, at this point, I'm back. I need sponsorship for a lot of things on this show because there are so many things we want to do on this show. Ideas, but we need to bring it to life. So I need a clothing company. I need a makeup company. Now I have braids. So if I need a hair company, it'll mean to just style my braids for a while. And then I need a food brand to also jump on this. We just want to have a lot of things here. for certain games that we want to play on Free Your Mind. And I think that these brands are brands that we need. Please reach out to me, my DM. I'll link you to my producer, and then you talk to them. Listen, you won't regret anything Tatas and Kasa, say is lit. Yeah, mediocre. We don't do basic. Okay? We don't do basic. I got you. So if you're interested, please link up with us and we will be excited to partner with you. Thank you, Sitso, so much for
Thank
coming.
you, Tatas, for having me.
Follow Sitso on all platforms at the Sitso Fair. We're going to write it in our caption so that you follow her. Of course, as for Tatas, when you type it, all my things that I do will come. Just click on all of them, okay? Because I need it. I need the growth. All right? Thank you so much for joining us. Follow us on X, GCR Free Your Mind, on all other platforms at the Gold Coast Report. See you in another episode. Bye.
Charlie. Who are you for Free Your Mind, though? Share. Free Your Mind.